heaven's sake. Tears to this like wedding cake. Imagine your child that you're raised with a blade outside of heaven's
like trapped. Moonboy Studios, this is an exciting time if you are a Kerser fan. Directed by Kevin Barr. Shout out Kevin Barr, man, very talented brother. I believe this is produced by Open Till Late, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. I don't know if that's original, if that's sampled. That is a serious sample in the back. We'll just say sample. That's serious. That is a serious vocal in the back.
You feel that strain, but it ain't the same. And in your brain is an aching pain. Seem like your life gonna fall apart. They say you only smile when you're scoring drugs and hunger goes. What the fuck you know? You're sniffing up shit with a hundy note. Heard you.
Alright. Let's listen in. Kerser's on some shit. Let's go, man. Fucking true.
You feel that strain, but it ain't the same. And in your brain is an aching pain. Seem like your life gonna fall apart. They say you only smile when you're scoring drugs and hunger goes. What the fuck you know? You're sniffing up shit with a hundy note. Heard you cut your wrist, couldn't take it, no. Cause your bro OD'd in a vacant home.
So we're talking about some serious struggles and the traps and cycles you can fall within that. Within that.
Don't hit like they used to, cause you don't gonna take it, no. Cause your bro OD'd in a vacant home. And Kerser tunes don't hit like they used to, cause you don't struggle and the feeling ain't mutual. Fuck what you want it to be. You want me to hit drugs for the older me? First it was cursed, man, I hope you make it. Then I got famous, said like you changed. Had $1 million on the plate before the drilling was a phase. And was it really worth it, man? I gotta admit that on my grave.
Alright, I lost him a little bit in that faster flow, but I want to just take it back real quick to this bar here.
Home and Kerser tunes don't hit like they used to, cause you don't struggle and the feeling ain't mutual. Fuck what you want it to be. You want me to hit drugs for the older me?
So yeah, my music ain't the same no more. That's right. Like, what else am I meant to do? What am I meant to go back on drugs? Am I meant to go back into a certain lifestyle to talk about it? Like, okay, you've grown up listening to my music, you've related, you've struggled along with it, you know what I mean, you've connected with my music somehow, but at the same time, what am I meant to do when I don't live in that same way anymore? There's only so many times I can talk about that before moving on. I feel like that's a very interesting thing among rappers that have been about for time, or artists that have been about, let's say, minimum of a decade. How do you grow with your audience? How does your audience grow with you? Because you may have, the music you've been making 10 years ago, is that relevant to what you're doing with your life now? More time than not, rappers, artists, whoever, bust from coming out of the hood. You know what I mean? And so then what do they talk about then? You know, people are equally hated when they only talk about women and party lifestyles and owning this and owning that. That's great in the first year or two, but then 10 years down the line, can you still talk about that? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a very mature, it's a very mature topic for Kerser to touch on, and I'm interested to hear more about it. I don't feel like this is the first time he's going to be mentioning this across this 10th album.
Don't struggle and the feeling ain't mutual. Fuck what you want it to be. You want me to hit drugs for the older me? First it was cursed, man, I hope you make it. Then I got famous, said like you changed. Had $1 million on the plate before the drilling was a phase. And was it really worth it, man? I gotta admit that on my grave. You famous, said like you changed. Had $1 million on the plate before the drilling was a phase. And was it really worth it, man? I gotta admit that on my grave.
Million on the plate when the drilling was a phase. Something. I need to listen back another time.
Give him my all, give him my all more. Let the boys free while we sitting in court for. Feeling like there's something I better do. I don't wanna write an unwritten letter to fans on my back like make your old shit. I'm thinking like, well wait, I'm older. The same how it is, what the fuck's that? I got nothing back, but a bunch of cash and that's sweet. I don't need the props, cunts will get shot, don't come to Scots. Like the curtain call, but the curtain falls. When I RIP, then he curse some more, and that's...
I was about to say, that shot did remind me of that Eminem video.
Fuck, but it's how the game goes. Haters hate, we don't know the names though. Break throws, but I match it up. I think it's all the drugs that are catching up. Fuck.
So he's talking about that I'm getting older. Like, I'm moving on. Like, I've got other shit going on in my life. I can't always reminisce on the shit I first blew up off of. This is a mature version of Kerser. Or more mature version. Very interesting concept video as well.
And I'm trying to hit cloud 9. New clothes don't help in your downtime. Had another meeting on pills and shit.
New clothes don't help in your downtime. I love that.
And I'm trying to hit cloud 9. New clothes don't help in your downtime.
One more time, I love that bar.
And I'm trying to hit cloud 9. New clothes don't help in your downtime. Had another meeting on pills and shit. And the outcome looking like millions flip. They feared the shit, then seen my profit. Set for life, I don't need the offers. We be on it, look how far I come. If the music ends now, I'm at the start of some. From the start, it's fucking got the vibe and the mood, all driving a two.
By the way, first off, I don't know where the fuck you got a red telephone box from. We don't even have them anymore. Yeah, listen, they're fucking extinct. All we use them for is to piss in. Yeah, the phones don't even work in there. Secondly, this shot here is fucking cold. Look at that. Cinematography. Typography. Cinematography. Me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's serious business, man.
If the music ends now, I'm at the start of some. From the start, it's fucking got the vibe and the mood, all driving a two-door. Why would I lose for? Cunts hate, but it's part of the game. Still a bullseye, still target my name. Hate a lost mates, hate some snakes, hate some never stayed, hate dumb mistakes. But we just march on cause we're built like that. Got a car logo on the pill I have. What's the deal with my bad? I'ma hold it down. They thought it would change cause I'm older now. That's not the case, not a lot has changed.
I love those strings that are coming in.
Deal with my bad, I'ma hold it down. They thought it would change cause I'm older now. That's not the case, not a lot has changed. Still hop on the stage when I'm off my face. Still
I would love to hear like an acoustic orchestral version, like let's say just an acoustic guitar, violin, maybe bass. Like that would be cold just to hear like a stripped down version of this track.
Change cause I'm older now, that's not the case, not a lot has changed. Still hop on the stage when I'm off my face. Still state to state and the venue still packed with a certain style back to get the revenue back. And when no rest dropped it, trip but my net worth worse got
the numbers, Mason, what do they mean?
We seen but they're saying it's the best curse. Next verse after next had to go stage when I'm off my face. Still state to state and the venue still packed with a certain style back to get the revenue back. And when no rest dropped it, trip but my net worth worse got. We seen but they're saying it's the best curse. Next verse after next had the game lit. Made hits and I still do the same shit. Motherfuckers, screaming motherfuckers, but it doesn't once hurt cause the money come first. Lighting a split, two smashed on a Qantas. I promise, man, I swear I got this. Clock ticks and I try to get time back. I'm smashed, still trying to get my mind back. Man, I feel like I'm trapped.
I'm looking like a whole fucking knife opening video or some shit. Where they flip that sample is nuts. Okay. If you can't tell by now, I'm someone who really respects growth. And I feel like this is the best time ever for Kerser to talk about this in his career. Now, first off, I'm not going to pretend like I was there from the start. Let's have it right. I joined 4 years ago and I'm still here now. And, you know, I've only been here for the third part of the journey or whatever you want to segment it into, but let's say the last third, if not the last quarter or last fifth. You know, Kerser's been doing it for a very, very long time. And he's been doing it at a long time at a high quality with a high amount of numbers and a high amount of fucking respect, you know? And I feel like this is very, very bold of him to do. Because you can talk about this and almost lose some of the people that were there from the start, you know, if you don't go about it in the right way. And I feel like he's handled it, and I'm sorry for lack of a better term, but a very mature way to address that hurdle to overcome in making new content while still appealing to your core audience, you know? Whilst being able to move on with situations in your life physically and still talk about it in music or vice versa. And, you know, talk about that struggle, if that's the right word, struggle of, you know, talking about different shit. Let's be real, there's only so many times you can say the same things. There's only so many times you can use the same multi or the same rhyming words. There's only so many times that you can do that as an artist. And for Kerser, if I'm taking this very literally, feeling like he's trapped in doing a certain style of music or a certain topic within his music, maybe he wants to talk about that transition from music into just him living his life. Maybe he wants to talk about, you know, things not being the same from when he started. Maybe he wants to compare the differences from when he started till now. Maybe he wants to talk about him and an artist and the process in him making music and the thought process behind why he's done certain things. These are the kind of things I want him to touch on in this album, and if this is a glimpse into what we're getting, I am extremely excited. Now, no doubt there's gonna be a track or two where Kerser talks about the drink ups, the smoke ups, the party life, the girls, you know, and if he does, fucking amazing. I just hope it has a balance of some more down to earth stuff, which not saying he hasn't done in the past. I'm not saying, you know what I mean, I'm just saying that's what I personally selfishly want from him in this upcoming album, which is extremely highly anticipated. I'm anticipating it as someone who's newer to the journey. Imagine the people who have been about for years, and so I feel like this almost might make you check yourself in terms of what you want from him. Maybe you do want a certain style. Maybe you are one of the people who comments or talks to him and, you know, who he's addressing, you know, in I'm sure the most honest way he possibly can. And so I wonder how you, man, feel. If you have been following for years, how do you feel about perhaps just a change? Now, maybe I've read into this way too far. Maybe it's not that deep. Maybe it's something he's touching on and I'm just delving really deep into it. I just don't take Kerser to be someone who's just someone who sweeps shit. I take him to be a deep thinker, and that's why I'm kind of treating it with that respect of him, you know, conveying these messages and being very thoughtful about what comes across to you guys. Or to us guys, should we say. But yeah, I'll stop rambling on. You kind of get my points by now. Great fucking track. Great video, great production. Again, when you're working with some of the most talented people in the industry, you should be getting that out. And yeah, you know, this is just talent working together in their own specialist fields to bring out something like this. I really fucking enjoyed this track. But yeah, let me know what you think and shout out Kerser.